to spell out the different ownership. But this shows 20% for H. H is Hunter Biden. 20% for RW is Rob Walker. 20% for JG is James Gillier. 20% for TB, that's me, Tony Bobulinski. And then it says 10 for Jim, and that's Jim Biden. And then it says 10 held for H for the big guy. The H in that message is Hunter Biden, and the big guy, 100%, is Joe Biden.
Why do you say that?
That's everybody
It's
assumed.
crystal clear. There was nobody else who they would be listing as the big guy.
Yeah, and then yesterday,
The big guy.
he confirmed it again when asked specifically, who is the big guy? Joe Biden, period.
Wow. Because there would seem to be you don't know who the big guy is. There's no evidence here. So yesterday in front of the House Oversight Committee, he said this about Joe Biden in particular.
Joe Biden was more than a participant in and a beneficiary of his family's business. He was an active, aware enabler who met with business associates such as myself to further the business, despite being buffered by a complex scheme to maintain plausible deniability.
Okay. Trying to maintain plausible deniability. What a surprise. Why would he do that? Huh. And, of course, there was more from Tony Bobulinski.
I want to be crystal clear.
Please
From
do.
my direct personal experience and what I've subsequently come to learn, it is clear to me that Joe Biden was the brand being sold by the Biden family. His family's foreign influence peddling operation from China to Ukraine and elsewhere sold out to foreign actors who are seeking to gain influence and access to Joe Biden and the United States government. Joe Biden was more than a participant in and a beneficiary of his family's business. He was an active, aware enabler who met with business associates such as myself to further the business, despite being buffered by a complex scheme to maintain plausible deniability. I ask this big question. If there's no evidence of corruption here today, if Joe's conduct and the conduct of his family were fully legal and proper, then why are they so dishonest about it?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Wow. Well, Representative Jamie Raskin started getting a little disturbed.
Yet the same people preaching this mantra know better. They continue to lie directly to the American people without hesitation and remorse. Rep. Dan Goldman and Jamie Raskin, both lawyers, and Mr. Goldman, a former prosecutor with the SDNY from New York, will continue to lie today in this hearing and then go straight to the media to tell more lies. Hunter Biden's defense attorney, Abby Lowell, weaponizes letters to Congress to try to smear my name
Mr. Chairman.
the cold hard facts
Mr. Chairman.
in an attempt to save his powerfully connected client and his father. I challenge Mr. Lowell to make those claims on national television so he can be held accountable for his lies. Prior to my successful business career, I was an officer in the United States Navy. At Navy's elite naval nuclear power training command, I later served as the command's chief technology officer.
Interrupted
Proceed.
again.
I apologize for the disruption from the.
Okay. Am I supposed to say it's my time, Mr. Raskin?
Yeah. Please, Mr. Bobulinski, please
Okay.
Incredible.
come to order. Mr. Bobulinski, please proceed.
Okay.
Please proceed. I apologize for the disruption from the minority.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Chairman, it saved his time, but he called members of this committee liars, and I just want to know whether the order and decorum requirements of House Rule 11 apply to witnesses appearing before the committee. Does it apply or does it not?
Is it a fact or is it not? It's a fact. All right, let's move on.
Should I address? I don't.
No. You should
Raskin's
just sit
hair's
there.
growing back nicely, though.
There's decorum from the members. We've asked for that. There's no language that I'm aware of pertaining to a witness.
Thank you.
Okay,
So-
so stick it up your rectal cavity.
Don't make sure we didn't waste any of his time on the opening statement. Mr. Bobulinski, I'm sorry for the disruption. Please continue your opening statement.
I think you, Mr. Raskin, used.
We'll make sure it's right. We'll make sure
Okay,
it's
great. I just want to restate, make sure the American people hear all these facts. Abby Lowell.
Okay, and he did. Good for him. Good.
Raskin was not expecting that kind of response.
he didn't like that at all.
Bobulinski was just scorched earth yesterday. It was so fun.
Jeez. Then Representative Byron Donalds brought receipts. I mean, he literally brought receipts.
Do we have the? Did we skip the Hunter Biden perjury thing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did skip
do
one.
That one. I think.
Let's do that first. Bobulinski described how Hunter perjured himself in recent testimony.
Biden gave his transcribed interview on February 28th and lied throughout his testimony. Here's just one egregious example of Hunter's perjury.
Okay.
He lied to the committee on important details concerning his money demands and threats to CFC in text messages on July 30th and 31st, 2017. He leveraged his father's presence next to him in that infamous text to strong-arm CFC to paying Hunter immediately. Jim Biden also lied extensively throughout his transcribed interview on February 21st and perjured himself.
What a surprise. No, come on.
An example of that, on page 100 of his transcript, Jim is asked specifically, do you recall having a meeting with Hunter Biden, Tony Bobulinski, and Joe Biden? Jim's response, absolutely not. The committee was so shocked by his perjury that they asked him the same question multiple times. Each time he denied meeting with me and Joe Biden. After the committee showed him text messages confirming that I met with Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Jim Biden at the Beverly Hilton in May 2017, Jim Biden, with a former U.S. attorney lawyer sitting next to him, still denied that meeting took place.
Wow.
Hunter Biden, in his own transcribed interview, confirmed that that meeting took place. Hunter confirmed his uncle perjured himself in front of this committee. I'm simply here to tell the truth to the American people, and
of course, nothing's going to come of any of that. They don't care. Man, that is amazing. That's amazing. When you have even Hunter confirming it and Jim Biden continuing to deny it and lie about it. Wow. All right, well, here's Byron Donalds bringing the receipts, the literal receipts, to the entire event.
Now, to the money flow, because this is where the rubber meets the road. On August 3rd, they actually stipulate through WhatsApp text messages the exact stipulations of the deal. On August 4th, $100,000 is wired into Owasco PC from CEFC infrastructure. Mr. Chairman, I want to submit for the record a portion of the bank statement for the time period August 3rd of 2017 to August 31, 2017, stipulating $100,000 going from CEFC into the bank account of Hunter Biden through Owasco PC.
Without objection, so ordered.
On August 8th, 4 days later, $5 million is then transferred from the Northern International Capital account of $5 million to Hudson West III. Hudson West III is a bank account controlled by Hunter Biden and Mr. Gon Wang, a.k.a. Kevin Dong, who is a CEFC associate. That money comes from the Northern International Capital bank account that is tied to the CCP. Mr. Chairman, I want to submit for the record the bank statement demonstrating that transfer.
Without objection, so ordered.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. More receipts.
On August 8th, the same time period, there is a wire transfer of $400,000 to Owasco PC from the Hudson West III bank account. That $400,000, Mr. Chairman, I have the transfer records in the bank accounts from the August time period. I want to submit that for the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
They don't have any evidence.
Now, here's where the fun stuff comes in, everybody, and I got a minute to do it, so we're going to get this done.
All right, let's see it.
On August 14th, there is $150,000 that is transferred from Owasco PC, which is controlled by Hunter Biden, to Lion Hall Group, which is controlled by James Biden.
All right.
I have the records here, Mr. Chairman, of the $150,000 that has gone to Lion Hall Group from Owasco PC. I want to submit that for the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
On August 28th, and I believe we have a screenshot for everybody in the room. On August 28th, Mr. Chairman, we have the withdrawal ticket from Lion Hall Group that is signed by Sarah Biden, who is the wife of Jim Biden, for $50,000 to withdraw from Lion Hall Group. I want to submit that withdrawal receipt for the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
What evidence?
On September
There's no
3rd,
evidence here.
on August
No
28th,
evidence.
actually, Mr. Chairman, we have the deposit reference into Sarah Jones Biden's account on the same day she withdrew it from Lion Hall. I want to submit
Without
that from
objection,
the
so
record.
ordered.
Last document. On
Okay.
September 3rd, 2007, from Sarah Biden's own personal account, there is a check that is written to Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., the President of the United States today, for $40,000, signed loan repayment. A loan repayment, by the way, that Joe Biden's own personal accountant, Mr. Eric Schwerin, has no record for. I want to submit that for the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, so ordered.
To the members of the committee, it is clear that the source of this money came from CEFC, and that CEFC is a company that is directly linked to the CCP and actually the chairman of the CCP, the chairman of the Chinese Communist Party, Chairman Xi Jinping. With that, I yield.
And they will continue to say, they've got no evidence. There's absolutely no evidence on this. They won't present any evidence.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we know that that Jason Galanis guy, when he did his closed-door testimony, he said that Hunter directly reached out to Joe to help him get a business deal over the finish line with a Chinese communist owned company.